As a real estate agent, you're bound to get a lot of concerns from clients who are selling their home in this market. And while some of the questions they ask might be easy, some of them might be challenging. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 7 questions homeowners are asking. We're going to cover the tips, the answers right now. Question number 1, first question the seller's going to ask is, how are you going to give me the most amount of money for my house compared to somebody else? And unfortunately, there's no easy answer on this one, but think about how are you going to be different. Social media, marketing, branding, getting the word out there, and really talking about what separates you from somebody else. Most of the time, it's social media and getting your name out there. Second question is, how long does it take for my house to sell and for me to move out? This one is tricky because you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. You don't want the client to move everything out of the house and then it's empty and people can't envision themselves being there. But at the same time, you don't want them not planning to move out and then all of a sudden they have to rush at the end. So just be realistic with them and be honest with them about the market conditions today and give them a realistic timeline. Something you can do is pull up Flex in Iowa, pull up Paragon MLS in Nebraska, and look at average days on market and give them a realistic number. Based on average days on market, you can estimate when they're going to move out. And again, they're going to select the closing date so you can walk them through how that works. Third question you're going to get is, why should I take advice from you? Or what's your credibility? Or why should I even listen to you? And this is a good question, and sellers are going to ask this. So you have to make sure that you take authority and use your expertise. And really what you're trying to do is you're trying to develop credibility based on past experiences, past sales, past clients. This is a really good time to tell the client a story. Everybody likes to hear about a journey or a story. So it's your time to explain how your story in the past is going to help their story paint the future. Fourth question you're going to get is there a better agent out there, or I probably need to interview other agents? Don't let them take over, and explain why they need to work with you, and even talk about your competition. It never hurts to talk about what other people are doing and then what you're doing. You don't have to be negative, but just let them know what other people are typically doing, and therefore this is what you're doing. You want to provide value and explain why you're the best one, and you want to be value proposition, and you want to know it, advertise it, and it's really a spiel to get them to work with you and not work with anybody else. The fifth question is, how much am I going to pay for commission? I'm paying that much for commission? That's what they're going to say. So make sure they understand how it works. You're going to have broker fees, a buyer agent, splits. You're not going to get that big, massive number they're looking at. So definitely break that down. And then also let them know the difference between you versus somebody that's going to do a lower commission. Explain about, again, the benefits of you or why you charge that much, and show your value and show your worth. A lot of real estate agents will bend on commission. And my answer has always been, you don't want me to bend on commission, right? Because when somebody offers a lower price on the house, I'm not going to bend on that. So stand firm on that. If you bend on your commission, you're going to bend on the offer of that house. And the last thing I will tell you is, you can explain the net profit they're going to make. So if they work with you and you charge a higher commission, explain that they're actually going to make more money with you, and not to focus on that number, but let's focus on the net number. You're going to get them more money than anybody else. Explain that. The sixth question you're going to get is, how do I know you have my best interests in mind? And really what you want to talk about is your ethics and integrity, and you want to make sure you really focus on that. And that's one thing that the real estate commission and your real estate classes really taught you. You have to make sure you always have the best interest in mind for the client. So you need to show that you're working for the seller's best interest, and you need to provide a fair market analysis of what the property's worth, so that way you're not overvaluing it or undervaluing it just based on commission. And you want to let them know too that the commission you do work for, but at the end of the day, the client's happiness is what you're going to focus on. If a client's unhappy, they're going to tell 7 people. If a client's happy, they're going to tell 3 people. I don't know about you, but 7 negative people talking about me and they tell 7 other people, that's not what you want. So focus on the client, fair market analysis, and explain about your ethics and integrity. Finally, the 7th question, number 7, what if my house doesn't sell? And this is a valid concern, and you're gonna get this all the time. This comes up at listing presentations. But one, you should address with a solid plan, and you should be optimistic about it. Reassure the seller that you have a solid marketing plan in place. Talk about your sales history, talk about what you're gonna do, and reassure them that they can have all the confidence in the world that you're gonna sell their house. So in conclusion, those are some of the questions that sellers are going to ask, and if you can get ahead of those questions and memorize and focus on what the answer is going to be when they come up, you're not caught off guard and you look like the confident winner. And again, you don't want them looking over 3, 4, 5, 6 different agents. If you can answer some of these questions confidently, they're not going to need to go anywhere else. I'm Kobe Sway with Inspiring Agent.